Шановна громадо, я щиро дякую за довіру новообраному проводові Конгресу українців Канади. Thank you for your support of the new leadership of the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress. I look forward to working with our newly elected executive and our board of directors, and of course with all of you here. I would like to take this moment to thank those who made today's event and this weekend's Congress possible. First of all, to our incredible chairs, Anna Shiptur and Yaroslav Boris. Thank you to our skilled chairs, Markian Shvets, Daria Furtak, and Maxim Stolarevsky. And of course, the hundreds of people who formed the organizing committee, the Congress committees, and all else who contributed to the success, and especially our 250 volunteers. That is an amazing show of support. I'd also like to take this moment to thank someone that I forgot to thank earlier in the proceedings, and that's to our outgoing chair of our audit committee, Evhen Shulkan. He has done tremendous service that took him beyond the scope of the audit committee to provide us with excellent advice and guidance over the last 3 years. And I, of course, welcome Ulyana Tarapatska-Oswald is our new chair of the audit committee. Much has changed since I last spoke to you 3 years ago when Russia's genocidal war against Ukraine had just begun. We came together then to stand for Ukraine against the barbaric Russian aggressor, and we continue to do so. But since that time, tens of thousands of Ukrainians have arrived in Canada seeking shelter. These newcomers join the descendants of earlier arrivals, the pioneer settlers of the late 1890s, those who came between the wars, after World War II, political refugees like my parents, and the fourth wave who arrived after the Soviet Union's collapse in 1991. We now speak of a fifth wave. Each group has contributed in its own way. Differences exist between generations, experiences, and priorities. A great-granddaughter of a settler from Halichina or Bukovina may not immediately understand the perspective of a teenage boy from Melitopol, now living in Halifax, whose father remains in Ukraine fighting. Each wave, each generation brings its own views on what matters most. And yet there is something that binds us all together as Canadians, and as Senator Stan Kuchar, from whom we were fortunate to hear earlier in the proceedings, stated when he introduced his Ukrainian Heritage Month bill. Heritage is a mixture of things, ideas, memories, and hopes. It is something that each of us as a member of Canadian society brings to the tapestry that is our place. It is something that each of us uses to understand and respect ourselves, to share that understanding with others, and to help us better understand and respect our fellow travelers through sharing and discovering their heritage. In short, our heritage is a celebration of who we are, who we aspire to be, and part of the glue that binds us together. These words hold true today. Whether our families arrived generations ago or just recently, whether politically we lean left, right, or center, whether we worship in different places, what unites us is a shared commitment to Ukraine, to our language, to our traditions, to Ukraine's independence, and to its place as a free nation in Europe. 3 years ago, we declared that we stand with Ukraine against those who seek to destroy it. We say the same today. The war continues, and so does our support for Ukraine. Ukraine will not surrender, and neither will we. Through the UCC and our collective efforts, we will keep working until a just victory is achieved. We will continue to draw strength from our brothers and sisters in Ukraine, whose resilience has inspired the world. I am often asked how our homeland and our community remains strong and united. And I am reminded of the words of Ronald Reagan. Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again. Our people have known what it is not to have freedom. We found it here in Canada while Ukraine was still subjugated. We kept the light of Ukrainian freedom burning. That freedom has returned now to Ukraine, and the Ukrainian people defend it with a courage, unity of purpose, and determination that will be etched in history. When they write the story of the greatest military debacle of the 21st century, the three-day Russian special operation, the Ukrainian-Canadian diaspora can proudly say, we played our part. We helped Ukraine defend freedom. We helped Ukraine win. That will be the legacy we leave for our children. Slava Ukraini!